What's up to Lion Talk Live? We love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Duke Crew. This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
All right, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for joining me here today, early afternoon, a little after 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and the Detroit Lions, according to Dan Campbell and, well, let me rephrase that, according to Ian Rappaport, may have lost a significant player on that defensive front that has been performing so well early in the season. Yes, most of you are aware in post-game notes, post-game show yesterday, it came out with some quotes from Dan Campbell saying, hey, we may have dodged a bullet with both Aleem McNeil and then also Derek Barnes. While their status currently is unknown, what their future is going to be, if they're going to miss 1 game, 2 games, or any games, to be fair, that may not be the case. They did not dodge a bullet, it would appear, with Marcus Davenport. We all know this guy's got an injury history. He missed the second game of the season, came back from the groin injury that kept him out of the Tampa Bay game, and now it appears he may have hyper-dislocated his elbow, and while he did get back into the game briefly, they put a sleeve on it and tried to get him back on the field. It does appear that did not work out, and he may have damaged it even further. They're going to do more tests on this, but at least right now, it sounds like this team may go without Marcus Davenport the rest of the year. Hey, we all get it. If you're a Brad Holmes fan, we all love the guy to death. And Holmes we trust, Brad we trust. We also get that in free agency. He has signed a number of injured players, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and so far that has not panned out. So reiterate, we do not have an update yet on Aleem McNeil nor Derek Barnes, although it does sound like both of them will return this season. They may have to miss a little bit of time, and there's no sense in me speculating on how long that might be, whether it's 15 minutes or in 2 months. We're going to have to wait and see on that. But what we can say right now is, per Ian Rappaport and others within the Twitter world, or whatever you want to say, that follow the NFL, that Marcus Davenport did significantly dislocate and damage portions of his left elbow. The team medical staff tried to put a sleeve on it, see if that would brace it, recuperate it, allow them to do some work on it, and then get him back in the game. He briefly went back in the game, but it didn't hold up, and they had to get him back out. So what does this mean for the team? If Davenport is out for a while, my anticipation would be that Levi Onwuzurike, who we saw against Tampa Bay, and then at times yesterday, come up and assume that role. Could be also Joshua Pascal, or perhaps the greatest fan of James Houston might get his final shot, that James Houston gets back into the good graces of the coaching staff and back on the field. We're going to have to wait and see with all that. But this would be a significant injury for the Detroit Lions front that we're going to be honest and say, hey, it's looked pretty dang good, that defense, and that includes that front. We kept Kyle Murray yesterday in bay as far as his scrambling abilities throughout most of the game. Really, after the first quarter, he wasn't much of a threat on the ground. Baker Mayfield, another guy who likes to get out and run, other than 2 runs, unfortunately, in the critical drive that gave them the lead, he was kept in check. So I'm not going to keep you guys along for a long time. There's not a lot of firm news yet. One other tidbit I'll throw at you guys. Sam Laporta, I know a lot of you guys asked about it in the morning show. Sounds like it's going to be a low-grade ankle sprain. Now, whether or not he's going to be good to go next Monday night, we'll have to wait and see, but it doesn't sound like it is a significant injury for Sam Laporta, so he should be good to go, whether it's sooner versus later. We'll have to wait and see. All right, Matthew Grace, what do you got? What up? Exclamation point, greetings, salutations, back at you. Richard, money well spent, so predictable with him. There's probably growing comments and thoughts on that, hey, for whatever reason, we do like to go value shopping. There's nothing wrong with that. I get it from Brad Holmes' stance, but hey, you've got to go out there and start getting guys that don't get hurt all the time. your best availability, we all know it in the NFL, is flat out being available. And whether it's, E-Money, Emmanuel Mosley, or Davenport, or whoever else, it just hasn't worked out for the Detroit Lions when it comes to Brad Holmes' free agent acquisition signings of injured players. So fingers crossed. Hopefully nothing else happens to anybody else, but this will be a bit of a blow to the Detroit Lions. JK, need Houston back really, really bad now? Yeah, and here's my thought, JK. If they don't have a lot of confidence in him, in James Houston, does this lead the Detroit Lions to perhaps go out on a shopping spree and try to acquire somebody else? Total speculation. I have no idea if that will happen, but could one thing lead to the other? Matthew, any update on Alex? I'm assuming Anzalone. We'll keep him out one more so he gets 3 weeks to recoup on injury. It's possible. It's, my guess is, Matthew, is last week he went out there and practiced, I want to say 2 of the days last week, so he had to be pretty close to being cleared. My anticipation is they left him out Sunday just as a precautionary measure. Could he return this week? Absolutely. Could they leave him out, next Monday night and then give him, like you suggest, a couple weeks solid to recover? That's also a possibility. Patrick just got here. What did I miss? So Marcus Davenport, it would appear, may be out for the season. Ian Rappaport, among others, did report that he sustained a significant elbow injury against the Cards. The Lions medical staff did try to put a brace on it, try to put a sleeve on it, try to help him play through it, but apparently that wasn't able to happen. So we'll find out more. The team is performing new tests, or further tests, I should say, as we speak, trying to see what they can evaluate from there. But the chances are he may be out for some time. Also news, Sam Laporta, low-grade ankle sprain, probably going to be able to play next Monday night. We'll have to wait and see, though, for confirmation. And as I reported in the postgame show yesterday, and again this morning, Derek Barnes and Aleem McNeil, they're not anticipated to be season-ending injuries, but they may miss some time as well. So our team took some hits yesterday. We did get a little beat up, and unfortunately, we're going to have to play through that. It does sound like. Patrick, yeah, I knew we were going with that. Yeah. D. Hill from Detroit, stuff happens. Next man up. Time for somebody to step up and eat. 100%. And the good part is, like you're saying, D, the Lions do have some good options there to replace Davenport if he cannot go. I'm hoping, obviously, he can, just for selfish reasons. I like him. Could James Houston, could Pascal, Joshua Pascal, could Levi Onwuzurike take that spot? I would say, I think all those guys are in play. The other thing I'll throw at you guys, it does seem like Detroit's defensive front, they want to be one of the few teams in the league that says, hey, we're stopping the run first, getting the passer second. So there does seem to be, when they look at the structure of their defensive front, perhaps why James Houston hasn't gotten more snaps, they are focused on run first, getting to the quarterback second. So that's their thought there. Chrome, all right, trying to get Chrome's message up here. Sorry, that's not popping up. I'm getting some glitching here. Sorry about that. Chrome, is Davenport related to Ziggy Ansah? Laughing out loud, just Kate. It's unfortunate for Ziggy because I actually thought he was pretty talented. Just like you're alluding to, just couldn't stay healthy. Matthew, we need to wait and see on Mosley. If he comes back at end of the year, balls out, then he will be worth it. Yeah, and I will say this. We haven't gotten any confirmation, at least I haven't heard anything, that Emmanuel Mosley did not have surgery. What that suggests to me, in talking to athletic trainers, if they forgo the surgery with Emmanuel Mosley, that means he could be back by Thanksgiving. That this injury, while significant, they could also do a lot of non-surgical procedures to help him recover, speed up his recovery time. So we'll have to wait and see with that. Don, what's the news? I'm late. So again, to just regurgitate everything, Marcus Davenport yesterday suffered a significant left elbow injury, hyperextension that caused some damage, potentially to some ligaments in the elbow. The training staff tried to put a brace and sleeve on it, tried to get him through it. Apparently that did not work. So Ian Rappaport, among others, are reporting that they're going to do further tests on him, and potentially he could be out for the season. No further news is yet available about Aleem McNeil. So we're waiting to see on him, Brian Branch, and then Derek Barnes. But Dan Campbell did talk about in the presser yesterday, or at post-game show, or is a post-game conference. That's what I'm trying to say, that, hey, he doesn't think anything's going to be of a season-ending nature with those guys, but he did leave the window open that they could all lose some time. Sam Laporta, low-grade ankle sprain. He should be back sooner versus later. JK, Davenport is done. Could be. Ronnie, not surprising. Time to go get Riddick. I know where a lot of people are going to go with that. The Lions have the money. They do have the money. He would be a significant upgrade, and he can play the run as well as get to the quarterback. Hallelujah, BS. Will Brian Branch be ready Monday? Question mark. That hit was brutal for both guys. It was, man. And just to see both guys get up, I thought was a big win for both guys. The only thing I can say right now, hallelujah, is there's nothing official out yet. Watching him standing outside of the tent yesterday unattended after the injury, I would say that's a pretty good sign. The fact that they didn't have trainers with them and everything, I want to say he was on the sideline talking to Kirby Joseph. I would take that as a good sign, but that doesn't mean he's going to be able to play next Monday. We're going to have to wait and see. Davenport is always hurt. He is, man. He is. Patrick, we'll see how we'll know more in a few days. Hopefully things will look much better. Yeah, 100%. We'll know probably more tomorrow. MCDC will put on a presser, probably get asked all these questions from everybody out there in the reporting community for Detroit. So they'll also have more time for the training staffs to do more deep dives, more tests. My guess is by tomorrow we will know the fate for Marcus Davenport. We'll probably get some good updates on Brian Branch, Aleem McNeil, Derek Barnes, etc. But the good thing is for the linebacker spot, the Lions are pretty deep there. I also think Jack Campbell, among others, played very well yesterday. I thought Rodrigo did a very good job yesterday, too. Martin, what do you got? Trade Hooker to Tennessee for Jeffrey Simmons? Man, you ain't lying, man. I'd take Jeffrey Simmons in a heartbeat. Or Buda Baker. Man, I know Buda Baker was up for trade last year, not this year. But, hey, I'd love to add him. Hello, what was Aleem's injury? Shoulder. So, there's nothing specific yet. What happened to him? Derek Barnes was a knee, Laporta an ankle. Although, again, I'm going to repeat this. It does seem like it's come out and been revealed that Laporta's injury is a low-grade injury to it. So, basically on the, what do you want to call it? The flip from St. Brown to Gibbs on the touchdown play, the lateral that, Laporta's ankle got rolled up on. So, it doesn't sound like it's going to be a big injury. Don Burt, go trade for Josh Sweat from Philly. Yeah, maybe. Although they got to be willing to give him up, too. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Just got back from, the doctor's appointment and everything, so I tried to get this over to you guys as fast as I could. But if there is some other news for the Detroit Lions, whether it's related to the injuries or anything else, I'll get it over to you later today. Otherwise, take care. Enjoy your day. Do something kind for somebody you don't know. Be a good human being. We'll see you all on the next Lions Talk Live. And if you would be so kind, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Talk to you soon.
Happy trails to you until we meet again.